Hello,
Hello.
and welcome to the Artemis stream.
Hello, welcome to Felix's Space Time. So today we're streaming the Artemis-1 launch. So we'll be here with you from now until hopefully the launch when Orion is in Earth orbit. So we're kind of going to try and keep trying to give you the latest updates with everything. And if you have any questions, pop them in the chat, and we'll try our best to answer them. So at the moment, they've finished the tanking operation. So they put all the fuel into SLS, and now we're waiting for. There's a bit of a problem. Some of the engineers have found out that there's a crack somewhere. I think it's in let me see where it was. I think it was in one of the feed lines, so we're not really sure about that. But NASA said that the engineers are gonna have a look at it, and, like talk back to everyone else about basically what's happening. So let's hope that's nothing too serious.
Well, we went live before NASA did. Well, on this stream. So nothing to watch there. We are meant to have background music, but it doesn't want to work.
So we've got so this thing we're all the information we're getting from today, we're going to try and give it to you from NASA, and kind of make sure it's all kind of it's not fake news, I guess. So I'm going to read out the mission overview. So Artemis-1 is the first integrated test of NASA's deep space exploration systems, the Orion spacecraft, Space Launch System or SLS rocket, and the ground systems at the agency's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The first in the series of increasingly complex missions, Artemis-1 is an uncrewed flight test that will provide a foundation for human deep space exploration and demonstrate our commitment and capability to return humans to the moon and extend beyond. So today, SLS, hopefully today, they're launching from Launch Pad 39B at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The launch date is today, August 29th. The launch window is 8:33 a.m. EDT, Eastern Daylight Time, to 10:33 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The mission duration, if they launch today, will be 42 days, 3 hours and 20 minutes. So the destination is a distant retrograde orbit around the moon. And the total mission miles is approximately 1.3 million miles. And once the mission is over, they're going to do a targeted splashdown off the coast of San Diego. And the splashdown will be on October 10th, 2022. I don't think we have a time for that yet, of the exact time.
Okay, I think I've got background music working. Never mind, it's automatically paused itself.
Yeah, I think I hear the music, yeah.
Yeah, it's paused itself now.
Right. So during this flight, Orion will launch atop the most powerful rocket in the world and fly further than any spacecraft built for humans has ever flown. Over the course of the mission, it will travel 280,000 miles, 450,000 kilometers from Earth, and 40,000 miles, 64,000 kilometers beyond the far side of the moon. Orion will stay in space longer than any human spacecraft has without docking to a space station and return home faster and hotter than ever before. The first Artemis mission will demonstrate the performance of both Orion and the SLS rocket and test our capabilities to orbit the moon and return to Earth. The flight will pave the way for future missions to the lunar vicinity, including landing the first woman and first person of colour on the surface of the moon. So with Artemis I, NASA will be setting the stage for human exploration into deep space, where astronauts will build and begin testing the systems near the moon needed for lunar surface missions. So that's kind of an overview of today's mission. If it launches today, fingers crossed.
Yep. Nearly got the background music to work properly.
SLS and Orion will blast off from Pad 39B at NASA's modernised spaceport at Kennedy, propelled by a pair of 5-segment boosters and 4 RS-25 engines. The rocket will reach the period of greatest atmospheric force within 90 seconds.
Yep.
Do we know if the NASA stream has gone live yet?
It should have, yeah. Although it says waiting for them.
Alright. We'll see what they have to say then on the crack.
Yeah, no, they're late. Like we were.
Sun's coming up apparently at the Cape, so some nice views of SLS soon in the sunrise. Right, okay, so NASA has just tweeted, liquid hydrogen replenish is closed and now in revert to troubleshoot the bleed on engine number 3, which is, I think, the crack that they found. Teams are working to increase pressure and bleed on engine 3 to continue conditioning 4 RS-25 engines on NASA's SLS.
Might just give up on the background music now.
Yeah.
Or I'll do it a different way.
Alright, so I said, so NASA teams are working on a few issues at the moment. An issue with engine 3 getting to launch condition and an observed crack in the SLS intertank. So they're the kind of problems NASA's working on at the moment. Hopefully they'll go live soon and give us some more information.
Okay. It's actually too quiet. Yeah, that's better. Okay, background music works. Although, you'll have to try and speak over it now, because you're running through the same audio output capture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I can actually turn it down through Spotify, I'll do that.
So, about the crack that they found, so they're evaluating a crack in the intertank which connects the liquid hydrogen liquid oxygen tanks, looking for signs of a leak or frost or anything they're not expecting. That's from the Artemis mission control.
Yeah, that's not good.
Fingers crossed we're still today.
They've started put a 10-minute timer on there.
Yeah, they're gonna stream at 11:45 now instead of 11:30, I think it was.
Yep, how dare they delay. There was a NASA TV stream that was doing it, so I'll have a look at that. Come on, computer.
Yeah, so today they have a launch window, so they're targeting the launch for 13:33 PM, sorry, British summer time. But there's a window of opportunity, so they can launch in kind of any time within that window, and that window opens at 8:33 AM Eastern time.
Okay, we'll go to NASA TV because they've got good
Okay, we can
footage.
we can pull up the NASA launch stream when it pops up.
Yeah.
They've got some nice sunrise views as well. But the last sunrise for SLS, hopefully, on the ground.
Okay. Is that stretched? Those are the engines, though.
Okay, so this is from someone on Twitter. We're from Orlando. So they say NASA anticipates the 8:33 AM ET launch time will slip as teams are working a few issues this morning. There's 2 hours in today's window, so the launch team has. But it's not really a problem if they don't launch exactly at the beginning of the launch window as they would like to.
Yeah, so we're going to be here a while.
Got some good views here from NASA TV.
There's the sunrise.
Yeah, hopefully the last sunrise. Fingers crossed. So once Orion is in space, Orion will separate from the ICPS approximately 2 hours after the launch. They will deploy 10 satellites known as CubeSats along the way to study the moon or head further out to the deep space destinations. As Orion continues on its own path from Earth orbit to the moon, it will be propelled by a service module provided by the European Space Agency that will course correct as needed along the way. The service module supplies the spacecraft's main propulsion system and power. Once the mission is completely over, so the landing, the mission will end with a test of Orion's capability to return safely to Earth. Orion will enter Earth's atmosphere, travelling at about 250,000 miles per hour. Earth's atmosphere will slow the spacecraft down to a speed of about 300 miles per hour, producing temperatures approximately 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit or 2,800 degrees Celsius, and testing the heat shield's performance.
Yeah. My CPU and memory is practically maxed out. We say goodbye to SLS and goodbye to my computer.
Fingers crossed this stream goes well, and fingers crossed the Artemis launch goes well. Last day of Artemis on Earth. Fingers crossed. Got some nice sunrise views here as well. Alright, so we have a question in chat. How long before liftoff? So NASA's targeting 13:33 p.m. BST, which is, I believe, look here, 8:33 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's the time they're kind of targeting for launch, but that can change because they've got a launch window. They're going to try to launch at the beginning of the launch. But obviously that's not. This is a test, so things can go wrong. The time can slip, so they do have a window of kind of opportunity, which is 8:33 a.m. EDT to 10:33 a.m. EDT. So that's Eastern Daylight Time.
Yep. We are streaming at 720p.
Not quality.
Yep.
So we're less than 2 hours away until the opening of the launch window for Artemis I. Weather is 80% go early in the launch window and decreases to 60% go by the end of the window. So you can tune in for NASA's live coverage on their YouTube channel, but stay around here.
Yep. Okay, everything seems to be working fine.
I'm going to read out a couple of the mission objectives for Artemis 1. So the primary objective of Artemis 1 is flight tests of the Artemis 1 flight tests are to demonstrate the Orion heat shield at lunar re-entry conditions. To demonstrate Orion's heat shield, demonstrate operations and facilities during all mission phases, retrieve Orion after splashdown, and accomplish additional flight test objectives. A number of additional objectives will demonstrate other capabilities and aspects of the rocket spacecraft and the integrated systems recovery plans. So some of these flight test objectives include certifying Orion's optical navigation system, deploying the 10 CubeSats that we talked about earlier, riding inside the Orion stage adapter, operating the technology and biology payloads on board Orion, and collecting imagery throughout the mission. Hopefully we'll get lots of really good views from Orion when it's orbiting the moon.
Yep. Okay, that's...
Alright, okay, what's happened now is, so this is from, this is like a statement from Artemis Launch Control. NASA's launch broadcast is on hold until some issues with engine number 3 getting down to the proper temperature are resolved. So the stream's now scheduled for 12 p.m. BST. That's in 13 minutes. So
Wow.
kind of just dealing with the engine problem before they go live.
Yeah. OBS claims my CPU, it's using 14% of my CPU. It's using 40 now. Okay. We have 11 people with us. Hello, people.
Hello everyone, thanks for joining us. We're going to try and give you kind of the latest updates with everything. Try our best with kind of what we know.
Oh.
Alright, so we've got some news here. So there's kind of range control, which is they're trying to make 101 comes within a certain radius of the NASA SLS launch, because they'll have to kind of clear the area. So there's apparently 3 visible Coast Guard vessels are patrolling that zone, so that's good. So we've got a question in chat from Sunset Awesome. What are the chances everything goes right for this mission? Well, there's not kind of really anything that you can't really guess that. It's kind of at the moment we've got some things going wrong with Artemis, not wrong, but things that aren't right. So they're tracking them with a crack in one of the tanks, I think it was. But you can't really put like a percentage of. I don't have a percentage really of success, but hopefully everything goes well, and SLS launches today.
Yep. We don't want to be streaming a long time for nothing.
Yeah. We'll have to come back then, won't we?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. I can see the chat now. Oh, from 11 people down to 5. We are doing so well. Oh, 6. People are in and out. Now 5. Okay. By the way, I'm not running Twitter or YouTube. Well, I'm having to run YouTube because to look at chat, but my computer doesn't want to load the stream. It is being overworked. I have to do it on my phone.
Something interesting here from the NASA SLS Twitter. Did you know each solid rocket booster on NASA's Space Launch System rocket produces 3.6 million pounds of thrust, equivalent to 14 four-engine jumbo commercial airlines? That's amazing.
Yeah.
A lot of power.
I did have a thing in OBS.
Still waiting.
Chat, but not there now.
I think you can do it from like docs in OBS.
Yeah, no, the option for chat disappeared.
Oh.
It was here. My phone doesn't want to display the chat, which that's just wonderful. So I've got not much choice but to go blind. I think NASA are just flicking through their various camera angles now. They've got nothing else to show.
I think they're the engineers having a look at all the cameras and stuff because they need to. Because this isn't just for kind of streaming; it's for the flight engineers and everything to kind of monitor everything's going well. But I really can't wait for liftoff, and I'm sure they have some amazing 4K angles.
Oh yeah, and we can assure you, viewers, that you are not going to get the 4K footage from here.
No. 720 at the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not for long.
And the quality's pretty good on YouTube, so that's nice.
Yeah. Well, I can't see the YouTube. It looks very chunky. Oh, that's annoying.
What's happened?
I found out why the Spotify wasn't working. It's because Discord, it says Spotify playback paused whilst transmitting audio. Let's get rid of that, shall we?
Alright. You can like disable stream mode, can't you?
Streamer mode. Streamer mode is not enabled. choice in video. I cannot tell. There is no option to get rid of it.
Oh, I think it's because YouTube, they have like no Spotify, they have Spotify Premium, so they don't want all the Spotify audio. I think that's why.
Yeah. Well, I've pressed play on Spotify and it's playing again, so... yeah, it's playing perfectly fine now. Artemis I, launch commentary will begin after tanking commentary.
Cool. We're getting closer by the minute.
Yeah. .30 FPS, that is wonderful.
Isn't too bad.
No. How have we been live for 35 minutes? That's gone very quickly.
Well then, aren't we? Yeah. That's quickly. Let's hope all goes quickly until it's nice and nice. Well, not slow launch, but it might.
I can see chat now. Hello, Cyborg 2.0.
That's some good views on that camera. The nice sunrise. 720p.
I want to see. Oh, so we're running the NASA TV stream at 480p. Let's bump that up a bit. Alexa, when did I say Alexa?
Here is an answer from an Alexa Answers contributor that I translated. Yes, the name Alexa exists. Feminine, diminutive of Alexandra, whose meaning is protector of men.
Okay. Just mute Alexa.
Slight problem here. I will be back. I just need to go and plug in my laptop before it all runs out. So I'll be back in just a sec.
Okay. Now, let me be honest with you, viewers. I have a completely different stream layout for one person. Now, I'm not going to do that because I'm being lazy. So you're going to be stuck with me in an empty box until Felix puts his laptop on charge. Now, I can't tell whether those engines are stretched or they're normal because, well, SLS is so big that you can't really tell. It is now 12 o'clock, so maybe, just maybe, nope, 12:15. Well done, NASA. But no, we've got cool views of less venting. Now, of course, venting is because rockets use cryogenic fuel, and because it's being released into normal room temperature, or in this case Florida temperatures, which is probably worse, that gas has to go somewhere before it all explodes. So that's why you can see clouds of gas pouring out of the vents. We will probably cover everything until the translunar injection, maybe. Depends how long they take to launch. And hello, Felix.
So we've got a little update here. So NASA teams are trying to fix the engine 3 bleed issue. They're going to try and close the bleed vents on the other 3 engines to see if it's a pressure-related issue.
And by the way, Felix, they delayed the launch stream by another 15 minutes.
That was inevitable. I think they said that they're going to wait until they fix the whatever's happening with the crack or the suspected crack, and they're going to start streaming once they've sorted out those 2 problems.
Yeah. Now, I've noticed Spotify stopped again.
That was inevitable.
That's wonderful.
We've got some good views from this other NASA thing. Let's see if we can put up some of these views.
Come on, computer, you can work. Let's close Spotify, because realistically that's not going to work.
No.
Okay. So many browser sources. Oh no, I've ignored the timeline. That's just me adding this, because I'm pretty sure you can see that we are not at core stage separation just yet. Right, there we go. And slightly stretched, but you know, we move.
There we go. Nice sunrise views here.
Yeah. My computer fan, it's so loud.
Mine's wearing away as well, and I'm not even streaming anything.
Yeah. The problem with upgrading my computer is it's an all-in-one PC, and it's their nightmares to upgrade, because everything is so packed in to make it fit, because it's basically the size of a monitor.
Okay. I'll set my laptop, there's nothing else to it.
Yeah.
Still no update on NASA, I don't think, on the engine 3 or the crack in the tank. NASA said NASA and our partners were expecting over 25,000 guests for today's launch attempt, including Vice President Harris and her husband, Apollo astronaut Tom Stafford, and former NASA admins Bolden and Bridenstine. For privacy purposes, any celebrities on site will self-disclose.
Ah.
So they've got Vice President Harris and Jim Bridenstine, our favourite NASA administrator.
Yep. I really need to improve my cable management. There's just spaghetti everywhere.
So on this Artemis I press kit, we've been given like a countdown timeline, which they're going to try and stick to. I think they've done most of it. What are we now? Our T minus. No, it doesn't say. So we're kind of, I guess we're around the T minus 3 hours mark, I guess, or just no, about T minus an hour and a half, I guess. So soon they'll be going into so T minus 50 minutes. They're doing the final NASA test director briefings held. T minus 40 minutes. A 30-minute countdown hold begins. At T minus 15 minutes, the launch director polls teams to ensure they are go for launch. T minus 10, they've got a lot of things to do. The things to do with the flight computer, ground launch sequencer, initiating the terminal count and everything. But I found out something, I don't know if it's cool really. So the RS-25 engines, they start up, it says here, they start up at T minus 6.36 seconds. And if once those engines are lit, even if they scrub, SLS needs to be rolled back to the VAB to get those engines either swapped out or checked on. They can't just recycle it for the next launch date. They have to roll it back to the VAB. So once we get to T minus 6 seconds, it's either go for launch or to the VAB for a while.
Why am I going to Discord support? That make no sense.
Still no update from NASA on any of the issues they're looking at. The crack or whatever. The engine 3, that was it. The engine 3 bleed line. There's no update on that yet.
Oh, it's meant right. So, once SLS clears the tower, that'll be about 7 seconds through launch. It will be going at pretty much 80 miles per hour, and would be at an altitude of 563 feet. At time of max Q, which is maximum aerodynamic pressure, it would be about 1 minute 10 seconds through the flight, and it would be going 1,000 miles per hour. When we eventually get to the core stage and ICPS separation, that would be about 8 minutes 30 seconds through the flight, and it will be travelling at 17,400 miles per hour. And once Orion separates from the ICPS, it will be 2 hours through, and it could be going at nearly 20,000 miles per hour. And will be 2,000 miles in the air. Well, actually there won't be air because it's in space. Now, the SRBs, so the side boosters, they'll be splashing down at in the Atlantic Ocean, and the core stage will be splashing down in the Pacific Ocean. Which just goes to show how far it goes in the space of 4 minutes? No, that's not 4 minutes, that's hours. In an hour and a half.
They delayed the NASA stream again.
Let's
I
have a
think
look.
they have. It's the last thing we want is
Yes, they
not
have.
to launch today.
12:30.
After all of this. 12:30, that's amazing. Got a good trailer though. You can say that.
Weather's looking a bit cloudy out there.
Fingers crossed NASA goes live at 12:30. we're in suspense about what's happening.
Yeah. Now, this image that's now on the screen, it's of the people that will be flying in Orion today, hopefully. You have Commander Munikin Campos,
Snoopy up there as well.
and Helga and Zohar. They are made from materials that mimic human bones, soft tissues, and organs of an adult female. The torsos will be fitted with more than 5,600 passive sensors and 34 active radiation detectors to measure radiation exposure as part of the Matryoshka Astrorad radiation experiment, an international effort including the German Aerospace Center, the Israel Space Agency, and NASA. Aye, 55 minutes we've been streaming and nothing's happened.
Do you have some good views though to admire while we wait?
Yeah.
See if we've got any updates from NASA. I doubt very much.
Maybe a delay or two?
Minus 44 minutes. Apparently, that's what's on the countdown clock that you can see at the moment. Not yet. Yeah, so on says T minus 44 minutes now.
Yeah.
So that time is bound to slip now, like most definitely. I think they've got a hold at T minus 30 minutes, so I think that hold will probably go on longer than expected. And then they'll kind of carry on when they've either sorted it out or, I won't say it, but cancelled, for the day.
Yep.
Got 9 minutes until the NASA stream goes live.
Supposedly.
I think we had supposedly, yeah. I think before a lot of quite a lot of the time, instead of NASA just going live and explaining what goes on, they reschedule the stream every time. So I think that's something they do quite often.
Yeah.
And not just start it and explain what's going on. Leave us in suspense. Yeah.
42 minutes, 30 seconds is on the timer at Kennedy.
Adam?
The timer at Kennedy, it's at 42 minutes.
Yeah. Still, we've got our fingers crossed. A lot of people are apparently, they're going home. They kind of made the dead judgment to just call it a day and go home.
How dare they be
If
so
I was down
patient.
there, I would stay there till the last straw. Apparently, there's like tons and tons of traffic heading into kind of to watch the launch.
Yeah. You can see all the cameras and the tripods.
Yeah.
Now, I've got a funny image here. This is what Orion looks like on the inside. Well, not the very inside, but between the inside and the outside.
Oh.
And I'm not quite sure how to explain that. Because it's just...
Eco-friendly.
Yeah, lots of plastic there. I mean... yeah, it looks very complicated. And...
even if they don't launch today, you've got to admire the thousands and thousands of people that kind of put in all this work every day to kind of even get up to this point in the first place. I think that's, you know, they're the people you kind of have to thank for this kind of launch.
yeah. People have just left their cameras by themselves.
I spy with my little eye some people from NASA spaceflight on the tanking stream here that we're watching at the moment.
Well, I don't. Not that keen-eyed.
You have to zoom in, bottom, kind of the middle at the bottom. You can see Thomas from NASA spaceflight.
I remember interviewing someone from NASA spaceflight.
It was Chris, wasn't it? Chris B.
Yeah, I think so. Let's have a look. Oh yes, Chris B NSF. Still friends with him. Big flex. I mean,
They've put a hold at T-minus 40 minutes on the countdown clock.
what a surprise.
So that can't be anything good. Yeah, so
I've got the timer for half
the
past.
countdown clock's in the hold at T minus 40 minutes.
On the launch stream, the timer's
The
at
NASA stream, they're still at 12:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, so NASA TV says the Artemis I countdown clock will begin a hold at T minus 40 minutes as engine troubleshooting continues. The hold is for 10 minutes.
Oh, I...
I think you still got that picture of Orion over the stream.
Oh yeah, I have. I've put the wrong one on. Whoopsies.
Okay.
Let's have a look.
Stream's doing well there. Some really nice views of SLS there.
Yeah.
From the top. I was quite surprised that when I heard that at T minus 6 minutes, 6 seconds, once the engines start to light, once they're lit, and then if they scrub and isn't abort, it has to roll back to the VAB for all the engines to be inspected and swapped out if anything's wrong, which I thought was quite the delay if that happens.
Yeah. They have delayed the stream again till 1 o'clock.
Another half an hour of waiting.
Yay.
We've got some Booster 7 testing at Starbase today. We've got an overpressure notice. SpaceX trying to steal the show. Yeah, so the T minus 40 minute countdown is for them to discuss kind of what's going on and how to fix it, or yeah, how to fix it really.
My CPU has been 100% for 3 hours 15 minutes.
Holding strong though.
Yeah, luckily. It's using 84% of my RAM, but I'll be getting a RAM upgrade soon. Can't get a new CPU though, because the problem with using an all-in-one PC, the CPU, it has a different type of socket to normal Intel CPUs, because it's an Intel CPU that I have, and you can't buy. There are other CPUs that use the same socket, because it's mainly used in laptops and mobile operations, and you can't buy the CPUs standalone, so you'd have to buy a laptop and then just strip it down.
No idea what you're talking about, because PCs aren't really my thing. It's kind of more laptops, but not the inside of a laptop.
Ah. So he has time to do this, but not a documentary.
So the T-minus clock is holding at T-minus 40 minutes. All box tanks are in replenish mode. LH2, liquid hydrogen tanks are in stop flow, question mark. LH2 teams are discussing a plan, another troubleshooting plan for the engine 3 bleed issue. The engineers are asking for a little more time. This does not mean the launch is scrubbed. There's plenty of time in the launch window to allow some more troubleshooting.
Ow. Myself.
Wow. Nah.
I was putting my arm on the armrest and it just slipped and... ow. Great multitasking, Felix.
Thank you.
What's it about? Oh,
Post.
I see. Okay, we've got the same views of SLS that we've had for the past hour and 12 minutes.
I wonder if after this hold, the 10-minute planned, well, unplanned hold, if they'll kind of bring up the time of the stream. Fingers crossed though, but doubtfully. Still holding at T-minus 40, but the line of ice that formed on the inner tank of the core stage issue was resolved. Not a crack in the tank, but a crack in the foam.
Yay!
Okay, so no crack. I'll say that again. So still holding at T-minus 40 minutes, but the line of ice that formed on the inner tank of the core stage issue was resolved. Was not a crack in the tank, but a crack in the foam. So, no crack. To everyone in the chat, thanks for joining us today.
I forgot we were streaming, to be honest. It's probably not the best thing to do. Oh.
I think it's better to forget that you're streaming but kind of because it becomes more like a conversation, not kind of just sitting there rigid, giving updates every now and then, but kind of it's more conversational, which is nice.
But I have the best piece of news we've had today. I am having a barbecue tonight.
Very nice.
Indeed. Oh, I keep getting messages.
Very cloudy where I am.
I've got bright blue skies.
Patches of cloud.
Wonderful UK weather.
But really warm. So NASA has just tweeted, the countdown clock is in a hold at T-minus 40 minutes. The hydrogen team of the NASA SLS rocket is discussing plans with the Artemis I launch director. Operational commentary continues at nasa.gov.live/live. So, no crack.
Great. I hear aeroplanes. What aeroplane is it? Oh, there are lots of aeroplanes. There's a jet flying from Nice to London. And there's a private plane from a place I'm not going to say. He's busy, leave him alone.
Sounds like Starbase is trying to get some of the limelight. The orbital launch mount work platform has been lowered ahead of possible testing today.
Yeah.
All eyes on Artemis, though.
Of course. And those eyes will seem to be on it for a long time.
Someone spotted a yacht very close to SLS. Apparently. Yeah, there's like a picture of like a very small yacht. Helpful. NASA's only got one problem now to solve, which is the problem with engine number 3.
Yeah.
We've just had a post published on the innerspacenetwork.com. I'll post a link in the chat. So there's some updates on there from today's about today's Artemis I launch, some issues before launch. So put a link in the chat. Make sure to go and read that for some updates with liquid height, with the engine 3 problem and everything.
I'm probably making a big mistake by opening my emails. Oh, my Samsung Galaxy launch promotion has been approved. My Samsung Galaxy Buds Live will be shipped within the next 45 days. Let's go.
That? You got free earbuds.
Yeah, because I got my watch and I pre-ordered it. I got it a week early, which was fun.
It's a good thing about packages when you get them early.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful. Oh, it's running so slow. Everything is running so slow. At least it played the GIF. I'm so surprised.
If you're just joining us now, NASA's in an unplanned T-minus 40-minute hold. I think the hold's meant to be 10 minutes, but I think it's overrun that by now. NASA thought there was a crack in one of the intertanks, but all it was the foam around it had cracked. It wasn't actually the tank, and so that's all fine. And now we've got so now all the problem is the engine 3 bleed. So that's what's to be fixed, and then what needs to be fixed, and NASA's launch stream has slipped to 1 p.m. BST, British Summer Time. That's in 16 minutes. Exactly.
OBS, why aren't you responding to anything I'm doing? Don't give up now.
I think we're do you want to take a break for 10 minutes now?
You can. I'm going to figure out why OBS is not responding.
Okay, I just need to stretch my legs and get something to eat, so I'll see you all in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I'll see you all now, because I'm not going anywhere. For now, though, I can't promise that. I am really worried about... Why is Snipping Tool open? Who opened Snipping Tool? Okay, Task Manager, I did open that. Gaming services. Why are you using a lot of my CPU? Okay, yeah, there's literally shouldn't be any problems here. Okay, that's running smooth now. There we go. OBS is back, everybody. Great news. Even though I can't see the chat, I will bring it up and let's just chat. How is everybody? I will attempt to see your responses, but not promising anything. can see the very top of SLS. You can see the abort system, which is very old style looking. I suppose there's nothing that we can really do apart from wait. Oh, Discord keeps bleeping at me. Oh, I'd just like to say thank you for viewing the blog post, the article that was just released. Just been given statistics. And thank you to the 8 people, as of 5 minutes ago, 8 people that viewed it. Thank you. Oh yeah, we can see here the big launch timer screen is still stuck at the 40-minute hold. It's not good. Although I can see now many tripods without cameras, which makes a lot of sense. Because why would you have a tripod with a camera? What's the point? Oh no, I see clouds outside. That's not a great sign. For me anyway. Doesn't affect you people at all. Please don't scrub. NASA tweeted that the hydrogen team discussing plans with the launch director, which they seem to have a good stream working on NASA TV. So just gonna do that for a minute. Where's that then? Is there any audio to this?
She's awaiting a troubleshooting plan and a way forward.
Right.
Engineers are currently discussing that plan at this very moment.
Sorry, 1 second. I just need to do audio stuff. You and you. Why aren't you doing that anymore? Okay, maybe not. We'll change that back. I apologise for that inconvenience. There you go. He's not talking anymore, but did I sort that out? Is he muted? He's not muted. Okay. everything looks good. Is this showing the same as... Oh no, so the two streams are showing different things. Interesting. I guess we'll flick between the two at points. Launch commentary will begin after tanking commentary. Really? Oh, I hope you guys like the background and the layout of everything. It was designed by yours truly, with inspiration from Astro Z. I would say Astro Z, but you know, I'm not American, or any other place that says Z. Because I was brought up that way. I see that absolutely no one has replied to my "how's everyone" thing. Glad to know you're all doing great. Discord is bleeping at me again. Now, not to alarm anyone, but apparently there are rumours going around that they have decided to call off today's launch attempt. Nothing official yet. Could just be Twitter rumours, but I just want my barbecue now. It would be a waste of an hour and a half worth of streaming, and me getting up at 9 o'clock in the morning, which for me is completely insane. I sleep for ages. You're lucky you got me now. Still nothing from NASA. Now, the original launch time, I'm pretty sure, is in about 35 minutes. Not sure how that's going to stay like that. Let's see. Let's go back to you. Not sure what else to say. It's been 20 minutes since NASA says since last said anything on Twitter. hopefully about to put a link in the chat, which links to a Google form which you can apply to become a member of the Inner Space Network, which is a great organisation hosted by, well, not hosted, founded by Felix. Who is taking quite a while to stretch his legs. Well, that's a view. If only that banner wasn't there. I haven't eaten anything today. It's not good. So, oh, they're showing the same thing now. Just kind of want them to, oh, hello, Felix.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Perfect. I believe we've got some news.
Do we? Because I have not been checking.
There's been rumours that it's a scrub.
Oh yeah, I discussed
Apparently
this.
someone's here in the mission management team. Apparently they've opted to call off today's launch attempt. Nothing official by NASA. So I really wouldn't listen to that. I'd just wait until NASA says what NASA will want to say. So nothing official. Apparently NASA VIP guests are being told there may be a scrub. The Artemis I launch unofficial though.
The launch stream has been delayed by another half an hour.
Yeah. Lovely.
Indeed.
If they call it off today, I'll be so annoyed.
Yes, well, I discussed this with our wonderful audience, that I did not want to get up at 9 o'clock, which is when I got up. I also asked them how they were, and they said nothing. So I just assumed that they are fine. I also sent them a link to the form in which they can sign up for the Inner Space Network.
Yeah. Kind of, it's a waiting game now.
Yep. Very long
Waiting for
game.
NASA to delay the stream again.
Yep. Waiting for them to eventually scrub.
It's 8 a.m. Eastern Time here at Launch Complex 39B at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. We are currently holding at T-minus 40 minutes. It's an unplanned hold while the launch team works on an issue with engine number 3 in the core stage. We're standing by for a go-forward plan from the cryo team. They're still discussing that. Launch director is on standby.
Okay, thank you for that update, Mr. Commentary Man.
We began tanking at 1:14 a.m. Eastern Time. Launch team getting both of the core stage tanks to 100%. Began tanking the upper stage. Once they started an engine bleed, they found that one of the engines didn't get the high accuracy temperature that they were looking for, and that is a constraint to launch. This is something they wanted to test during wet dress for, but were unable to because they had a leak develop in the quick disconnect line that carries the engine bleed off of the engines and out to a flare stack. So this was the first opportunity for this team to see this live in action. It's a particularly tricky issue even going in to get that temperature dialed in according to engineers.
Okay.
Just waiting. It's, you know, apparently Vice President Kamala Harris is at
we are
the
standing
Kennedy
by.
Space Center. So we'll probably see her somewhere on the stream.
Listening to the launch team, the launch director consulting with some of the members on our team. Still waiting for the cryo team to report out. We'll have that as soon as it's ready. This is Artemis Launch Control.
Wonderful. Why am I getting Discord bleeps again? Okay.
Really is a waiting game, you know. It's a long waiting game.
Yeah, and I don't want to go and miss anything. You know, I might just...
The liquid hydrogen engine chill was something NASA wanted to test during wet dress but were unable to. So this was the first opportunity for the team to see this live in action. It's a particularly tricky issue to get that temperature dialed in. That's from Christian Davenport on Twitter from NASA.
Oh, for goodness sake. Still no official scrub.
No. Hopefully the scrub never comes. It's launch day, so it will launch. Things are still crossed. So if you want kind of the latest updates on SLS, you want to click on the link in the pinned message. I'll take you to the Inner Space Network with some of the latest updates there. That's in the pinned message.
I've just received a message saying that my grandmother is watching me. So, hello, grandmother. My computer is stacked because, well, last time we streamed, what was that?
Last time we streamed,
ISN Weekly, maybe.
yeah, it would have been, yeah.
Which,
That went really well until I left.
apologies, Grandma, for
SLS
calling
is
you
number
grandmother.
1 trending on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a sort of bit of advice last time we streamed that my computer was too low on my desk and the camera was facing sort of upwards. So my computer is now stacked on a Encyclopedia of Science and the History of NASA.
Oh. Can read that once it's scrubbed.
Yep.
No. I just want to know what's going on now. I don't even mind. I don't mind if it's not. If they scrub it today, I just want to know what's going on.
I mind if they scrub it today.
I would mind very much. But it's kind of. Just want to know what's going on. Still nothing from NASA. I do have a feeling, though, that it will launch today.
I hope it does.
It's just, I think it's something that happened with the crack. There's a problem, but it's not the problem they think it is. It's a problem that's easily fixable or not really a problem. So
Yeah. NASA have not tweeted anything in 35 minutes. My neighbours are hoovering. They're very loud.
engineer from SpaceX has tweeted that SLS will not launch today. Don't you think we can trust that?
Wrong company.
Staying put where I am until NASA says something.
Yeah.
The person keeps on going around saying that they've scrubbed it. Spreading the fake news.
Ah, yes. I'm very glad my seat is comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going anywhere for a while.
Staying put. My
Engine
computer's
3.
starting to get really hot.
Engine 3 still being a little... I'm not going to say that word. This ain't launching, man.
Where's that from?
I'll just Twitter people. Hearing rumours SLS will instead be heading to Mars.
That sounds right, doesn't it?
Yeah, sounds wonderful.
NASA stream's still at an hour and a half. Starts in 15 minutes. Sorry, not an hour and a half. Still at 1:30. 15 minutes. I think if that gets pushed again, NASA's tweeted.
Oh yes, they have. Unplanned hold.
Artemis 1 update. Launch is currently in an unplanned hold as the team works on the issue with engine number 3 on the NASA SLS core stage. Operation commentary continues. So that not a scrub then.
Yet.
No. Yeah. No. Don't say yet. Just refreshing Twitter. Seen a tweet that I agree with. Honestly, it's better to scrub launch than go on and have it explode midair. I agree with that.
I mean, I have two opinions on that. One, I would rather it launch today because I'm tired. Yeah, and two, it would be quite exciting to see it explode.
Yes, and there's no one on it, so.
Yeah.
But no, fingers crossed. We have a good looking stage set up for the NASA stream for Artemis.
What do you mean?
The stage that they're having it on. Pretty
Oh.
impressive, seeing pictures of it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean it's I doubt very, very much they'll be launching at 1:33 now.
You sure?
Because that's in, what? That's in 15 minutes from now.
Yep.
About 15 minutes. So I doubt that they'll be launching it within the next half hour, I guess. I think they'll launch it in about an hour or so. That's my thoughts on the matter.
SLS has a problem with the engine, right? Yes. Number 3.
This is Artemis Launch Control at T-minus 40 minutes and holding. I just spoke with Launch Director Charlie Blackwell Thompson, who said that her team is still working on a troubleshooting plan for engine number 3 that had the issue with the engine bleed. She's still waiting for more information about that. Engineers are still discussing it and going over some modeling and data. And once they have that ready, they're going to come back to her and have a discussion. And so she says that she's awaiting that. And we are standing by. Again, at T-minus 40 minutes. We'll have more information when we get it.
Wow. Still no scrub.
No.
We have been streaming now for 1 hour 58 minutes. That has gone very quickly.
Well, yes, there's some people have spotted a boat, but it's unlikely the boat, it's kind of going to interfere with anything. Heavy security due to the VP arriving. Won't matter unless they get the engine bleed resolved, of course. Still troubleshooting.
There are quite a lot of boats near Cape Canaveral. Well, that was a couple of hours ago, so they've probably gone now.
Yeah, so in the chat you said SLS has a problem with the engine, right? So there's a problem with engine number 3, RS-25, number 3. With the engine bleed, I think it is. Not sure on that bit. Yeah. T-minus 40 minutes and continuing to hold. Engineers are still assessing the engine bleed. Not looking good for today, though.
We have officially been live for 2 hours and 1 minute.
Feel like 2 hours. Weather's not improving at all. Apparently the weather's going into the red now.
Even better. I'm slowly sinking deeper into my chair.
Three has got quite the trend on Twitter at the moment.
Hmm. To everyone watching the
Being
stream,
taunted by these like Twitter things.
yeah.
What were you saying?
To everyone watching the stream, I'm making an announcement. The documentary no longer has a date. I'm tired of making this documentary under stress, and I'm over it. And anyways, what's the use of making a very unquality video? What's the use? Do you guys want to watch that? Because I wouldn't. I'm not cancelling this, but I'm no longer saying dates. When I feel like it, I give it to Felix, but not now. I'm sorry for all the delays, but it's just too much. I think that's all I'll say is
Yes.
Don't worry though, there's still another 2 hours in this launch window.
Yes, what time does the launch window end again?
I don't know, I just know that it's like 2 hours.
I think I had it on the press thing. Press kit, that's what. 10:33 EDT. $3:33 then. Yeah.
Yeah.
$3:33 PM.
Okay, we've still got 3 people watching. Wow.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, 3 people.
Better than none.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
So we've got 2 hours, 5 minutes left in the window, for whatever's going to happen with engine 3. Apparently weather is red here at Kennedy Space Center as clouds move into the area in Artemis I, NASA launch director is still waiting for some modelling data. No decision yet for a path forward.
To test some. Oh, there are no screwdrivers in here. Wonderful. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. Is that gonna? Might fit.
What stream quality are we at the moment?
Stream quality. Probably 720 still. We are. Yeah, still at 720.
360 actually.
360. Is that just
It's
the
a
automatic
360,
one?
is it? On YouTube it says 360.
If you go to the settings, then you can change it though.
Can I?
Yeah. If you are you on
Wow.
phone?
No.
Oh. Well, on phone.
I'm on laptop.
Uh.
Oh, yeah, you can, I can change the quality on YouTube, but the highest it goes is 360.
How weird. The highest I'm getting is 720.
Maybe right, to reload the page.
Damn it, the screwdriver doesn't fit. Ow! I hit my knee.
You're right.
No, I don't think I'll survive. We're up to 7 people. Hello, 7 people.
Hello everyone. Vice President Harris has landed. She's coming down the steps.
Yay, what great news.
You can't scrub now, can you?
Yeah. CPU usage is still maxed out. That's been going now for 4 hours at 100%. Oh, they've rescheduled the stream to 2 o'clock.
Oh, me.
Felix, your camera has disappeared. There it's back now.
need a launch now.
Yeah, for my sanity.
Yeah, they moved the stream to 2 o'clock, which is ridiculous because... Oh no, that's not it. Right. Yeah, if they reschedule it then to 2:15, 2:30, 2:45, once they reschedule it to about 3, and then if they reschedule it again to 3:15, it's kind of a no then, really.
Yep.
Because they've only got 2 hours left in the window, so...
Yeah.
It's the waiting game.
I'm gonna do something semi-productive.
Still need to keep believing,
Yeah.
as much as the believing would be, may not happen.
This is Artemis Launch Control with an update. Launch Director Charlie Blackwell Thompson has called a scrub for today. Again, Launch Director Charlie Blackwell Thompson has called a scrub of the attempt of launch of Artemis I and the Space Launch System with the Orion spacecraft. The issue that came up was an engine bleed that couldn't be remedied, but the rocket is currently in a stable configuration. It was mostly tanked, but not completely tanked. Engineers are now working on a plan to continue gathering data about this particular engine and the bleed that didn't work out. The rocket, the hydrogen bleed rather was a goal of the previous wet dress rehearsal that didn't happen due to a hydrogen leak. So engineers are focused on gathering as much data as they can at this time. So they have not gone to draining the rocket just yet. They're going to keep it in its current configuration and gather that data. To summarize, we held at T-minus 40 minutes and counting after
The
the team
confirmation
was
then.
unable to get
Yeah.
past engine bleed that didn't show the right
My
temperature
phone's going crazy now with these
once they got into the engine bleed test. And ultimately, the launch director has called a scrub for the day. The earliest opportunity, depending on what happens with this engine bleed, would be September 2nd. That is available to the launch team. However, we will await a determination of what the plan is to go forward to remedy the engine bleed and then go from there. Again, an availability to launch, the next availability to launch is 12:48 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, September 2nd. But we must wait to see what shakes out from their test data they're currently gathering now. And the decision that's made by the launch team about where to go from here. We appreciate you watching NASA TV
It's done.
and our coverage
Okay.
of the Artemis I launch attempt. This is Gerald Neal with NASA Communications. Sign off from the Kennedy Space Center.
I could stream September 2nd. I don't. What was the time they said? 12 p.m. Eastern time.
Let me have a look. I think I've got it somewhere here. Did they give a time, did they?
They said, I think it was 12 p.m. Eastern time. Ooh.
I guess that's the end of today's stream. Thank you very much for watching. And hopefully, fingers crossed that we'll see you all again Friday, 2nd of September. If the time is right, we're just trying to look for the time now.
Yeah.
Does anyone know what the time window is for Friday?
This chat is so very helpful. Because if it is 12 p.m. Eastern, then I would have 1 hour less. I would have about 45 minutes free as of then.
That's 5 in the evening, right?
Yeah, it's 5 in the evening, and I have to leave
Right,
my
and then
house
we
at
have-
6.
Alright. Well, that'll end today's stream. Thank you for watching and
Yep.
coming along for the ride. Scrubbed.
Yeah.
So that's it really. Hopefully we'll see you all in a few days. September 2nd, Friday, September 2nd, for the 2nd launch attempt.
Yep. Thank you for staying with us for 2 hours 20 minutes of nothingness,
Yes.
and we'll
Thank
go
you
now.
everyone for coming and make sure to like and subscribe.
Yep. Bye bye.